be able to give you a 12% increase in the amount of tickets that you sell, building your brand as well as your customer base with a younger audience that will be future fans, which here exponentially I have these numbers that will show you how much more in ticket sales that you're gonna have. Right, and when you go to open-ended and closed-ended questions, like allow them to tell you what they're doing today, what they like about it, what you don't like about it, and then use closed-ended questions, which are questions that answer yes or no, which basically say, wouldn't it help you if, or what about if this happened? Would that be of value to you? Yes, 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 always putting number to it, and then you reduced all the resistance and simply say, can you see any reason you won't want to move forward from what you told me? You can absolutely change that. Other things in early on, it doesn't necessarily have to go into tough situations. And I use that, believe it or not, on my TV show Elevator Pitch. There's so many big egos with, Bogner from Undercover Boss and the director of Osborne's and, the entrepreneur guys, and everyone had all these different interests and they're going through, and the better the TV show did, the more everybody was scarce and wanted their piece. And I literally used that exact technique and just said, oh, hold on, what is it that you actually want? Right? Why do you feel that way? What did you like about that? And I find light in people too, because we get emotional and all of a sudden they're telling me, oh, we don't need this producer, we don't need this. Terrific, I agree. We don't need anyone. What does he bring to the table? Let's talk about what he does bring to the table, right? What am I doing? I'm drawing the light out, right? One particle of light overcomes a ton of darkness. When we get and shift the energy again to think about the positives and the value, all of a sudden it's amazing how quickly people can change their opinion.
You're listening, hearing them, and communicating.
Yeah, and like even early on in sale, like I said, one of the valuable lessons, I love to teach like simple ones that I wish I would have known when I was your age. Remember, if you leave a message, please remember this. You will save yourself so much money and time. How many people have left voice messages before? Okay. Has anyone ever been able to sell off of a message? Like someone listened to your message like, dude, send me the contract. Okay. I've never had, literally, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, even millions of people now online. No one's ever told me, dude, I left this message and it was amazing. They asked me to email the paperwork. So don't do it. Don't sell on a phone call. You have one objective of leaving a message. Get them to call you back. All your messages should change. It'll save you time. Make sure also energetically you tell yourself this is resistant free. Right? This is effortless. This is resistant free. Put energy into your message when you leave it. You don't want to be a salesperson in my office and come into my office and say, this guy can't get on the phone. I've been trying to get him for 3 weeks. Why? Because my first step is I'm all terrific, get his number. I will sit here and go, he will be available. Effortless, resistant free. I put it out there. Right now, people say, you're crazy, woo-woo, hinge you, whatever you want to call me. I'll say, here's my test. Why do I wear beads? Why do I trace calligraphies? Why do I do that and put my eyes together, my fingers, and say there'll be no resistance at all? This will be effortless. Because number one, it has no risk. Maybe these look a little silly, but my wife gave them to us, so be careful. But there's no risk. There's no risk in tracing calligraphies. Now, if you're in Mexico City and they say, in order to get to a higher consciousness, you have to cut off your head, tremendous risk. What if it doesn't work? So that's the second piece. Does it work for you? So what does it hurt you to go ahead and try? Nobody's watching. Go ahead and try. I trace calligraphies because it works for me. I wear beads because it works for me. I close my eyes and tell myself I'm not going to get any resistance and this is going to be effortless because it works for me. I know when I leave a message, I am as close to the line as I can to get you to call you back. Only one time you don't want someone to call you back, and that's when you're calling your mother-in-law. You want the exact opposite. Leave a message so she doesn't call you back. Awesome.
We got how much time we got?
Let's do one more.
One more question.
Well, I take questions after I'll answer questions after them and stuff, so if people need to ask me.
Yeah, no, I think we're done with the LinkedIn questions.
Oh, okay.
One more
Yeah.
person here wanted to ask.
We'll keep streaming.
Okay.
We'll keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who was first.
You want to go? Go ahead. Sure.
Hi Dave, my name is Mike O'Donnell. I'm actually creating a digital wellness company that incentivizes individuals to stay off their cell phones at work and at home, and by doing so they'd actually be rewarded by local merchants. So my ask of you, and sorry to do it in front of everyone, is would you be a mentor of mine?
Absolutely. And if anyone's interested in mentoring, I have a unique program about mentoring that I oversee. It will directly mentor people, but also oversee, I have some of my mentors here that I oversee. All the mentoring that I do is really simple, and I'm very public about it. I'm not like anyone else. My mentoring is about conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mentoring. It's 2 focus calls, so you can tell me exactly what you want. I leverage all of the relationships that I have, but I also give homework, mental homework, focus homework, that you have to do every day, 10 minutes a day. And then I'm on call, even for the other people's clients, I'm on call 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week. And I utilize my 520 rule, but I'm there to help you real time as a chiropractor. Okay, you're going into a meeting, what should I, close your eyes, say this, do this, right? Real time, before, during, and after. I don't charge for coaching, so what I do is I believe no coach can tell you if they can help you or who can help you or how. So I work with everyone for a month, determine how I can help, who can help, how much value I can provide. My coaching is about making money. So literally, I'm gonna put you with a coach. If you're in college, I have coaches that I coach for free, so they can coach you for free and I can oversee it. If I have a client that's a billionaire, he pays me $50,000 a month, and he literally gets off the cheapest because I was too afraid to ask for more. Because I only work month to month with people. All my coaches work month to month and guarantee they're gonna make you profit. Not bullshit coaching, you feel better and go back to the same temperature 9 months later, but literally every month, dude, you're costing me this much money, I just made this much, if not, it's guaranteed. So yes, I will mentor you personally, because you asked and you learned here. I will personally mentor you and figure out exactly how I can be of service using all those techniques.
Thank you. Should I reach out to you on LinkedIn?
DM or LinkedIn. Oh, sorry, LinkedIn me for sure.
Thanks.
Actually, I like LinkedIn
I
better.
think we can give you one more since that one's kind of quick. This guy over here.
First of all, once again, thank you. This has been an incredible experience, and the pizza also is unbelievable.
I made it myself. It's kosher.
Exactly, even better. So, for a young professional like me with limited experience, who's really trying to make his way into the industry of sports, what are some tips to make a lasting impression while meeting either you or, other very important people so that they remember me as REA Sunshine and not just a 21-year-old kid who was just at one of their events?
Absolutely. So, first of all, you have to provide that valued emotional connection, right? You have to be able to say, hey, Mr. Meltzer, can you please help me? Like, it has to get to that level. I've been through so much, right? I have limited knowledge as well. I was in that position. Every single person, from Mark Cuban to, I won't list names, all the guys that you would think would sit there and not want to help you, we all have sat in your position. We all have been rejected, people telling us that we can't write books, people telling us we can't play football, people telling us that we're crazy, that these ideas won't work, and we were scared about getting our first job, and we just wanted every single person. So what you really need to do is go ahead, put yourself around those people, and ask them. Say, look, I really want to get a job. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that. I want to do whatever it takes. Can I give you my cell phone number, or can I get yours? I really want to, whatever it takes. Can I shadow you? Raise your hand if you've shadowed me or shadow me right now. Raise your hand out of those people if you work with me right now. See a common theme? Those are people that ask me to shadow. And guess what? That guy's an NBA player and asked me to shadow. That guy played at St. John's in Hofstra and is a leading agent and attorney. Asked to shadow me. That guy's a leading attorney. Asked to shadow me. This kid graduated top of his class from Michigan. Asked to shadow me. This guy's still in school and he's working for me. I flew him here from California so he can learn. Right? This guy owned his own oil and gas, moved to California, told me specifically, I just want to learn from you. That guy right there. That's what it takes. I had a kid from New York, one of my favorite. I didn't know it because he played it off so well, barely knew English. He went to St. John's. One of my favorite stories, Ray. And Ray literally knew every time, because I do meetups, came to New York. Every time I came to New York, he reminds me who he is. I'm at St. John's. I'm going to work for you. Well, why do you think you're going to work for me? Because I'll work for free. okay, yeah, I guess you will work for me, that's fine. I can't beat that deal. Well, my business, I didn't have an office in New York at the time, I'm my business in California. Well, when I graduate, I'll get there. I was like, okay, call me. So sure enough, I get, after like 3 times, he would grab my bag. He would like, Jim Lavers had to get to the airport one time. He's like, I'll take him, returned the car, took the train back from JFK, met me back again, thanked me for taking Jim. Like, this is the kind of kid it was. Graduates, calls me, said, I'm driving out. I'm like, who is this? This is Ray. I'm like, who's Ray? Oh, whatever, okay. All right, Ray. He goes, I'm working for you for free, remember? I'm all, sounds like a good deal. So he drives out in this car, and it ends up breaking down like 12 miles from my office. So he sleeps in it for 2 days and doesn't tell me his car's broken down. But he's working. Well, today, when we went to China with him, he's the one that helped me get the relationship with Sina, Weibo, and Tencent, which is, really big deals for my company. He then ends up, he is the head guy of USA Badminton now, right? Moved on from our company, still a great partner of mine. And I found out through all this, when I went to China, there's a test that they give you of your competency of English. And literally, why he was successful, he knows barely any English. When I asked, because I have another kid that graduated Michigan, Min Yang, and he's like, well, I got a 134 on that test. I said, Ray, what'd you get? And he goes, 71. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then the other kid from China is like, he knows no English. It's like getting an 800 on your SAT with no Sean Patel, right? You decide your name and got there. Like literally, but he worked this whole time. And so I asked him like, how did you do that? He said, I'd come in, right, because he was in sponsorship sales, right? Because if you're gonna work for free, that's how you make money, selling sponsorship. And he did it, and now he does it for the USA Badminton. I said, well, how'd you do it? He said, ask you what you would say, and I record it with my phone, and then I memorize what those words were. He literally outsold almost my entire office, just mimicking what I told him to say, word for word. So that is your solution. You want to work in the sports industry, find where you want to work, do whatever it takes. Mike Tannenbaum, who was the GM of the Jets, he used to really aggravate me. We went to law school together, and he would tell everyone how lucky he was. That's how he got to be the GM of the Jets. And it would really make me aggravated because I remember graduating law school, having the exact same loans, 6 figures of loans, graduating law school, same Jewish guilt in the family, and he went to go work for the Saints for $600 a month for 2 years. Right? I wasn't willing to do that. I wasn't willing to sacrifice like he did. That's how he got there. He was basically working for free. And I'm not saying don't get paid, but in sports, everybody, if you think you're going to be paid when you start out in sports, unless your dad owns the team, you're not. And go ask Steve Jones and Andrew Hunt and those guys. I'm not sure their dads paid them very much when they started. You just got to sacrifice. The world is changing, right? So by 2027, over 50% of the people in the world are going to be freelancers. That also applies to sports. So remember, there's going to be a lot more lateral movement. Guys like the president of the San Jose Sharks, that was the CMO of SAP, that now is the president of the Sharks. Same reason Lee hired me, right? They're going to look for skills because these are multi-billion-dollar businesses. So don't think, I personally think the days of starting out in the ticket booth and working your way up over 40 years are about as possible and probable as going to a company and staying there your whole life. Not probably the best way to get there.
As we wrap up, can we talk a little bit about the foundations you're a part of? I mean, how people can donate or be a part of it?
Yeah, I love value for value. So anyone that I coach, love to have them donate books to Junior Achievement. I'm the chancellor of Junior Achievement University, one of the top entrepreneurial charities. We have over 100 million alumni. So from kids from 12 into 25, teaching them to be entrepreneurs. I'm the chairman of Unstoppable Foundation, which is always a great foundation, especially for young women. In Kenya specifically is where I work in the Magani, my whole family and I. Crescent Moon Foundation, we give scholarships to at-risk kids for giving back to the community. So no matter what their grades are, if they're enlightened enough to give back to the community even though they're in need, those are the kids that we invest in. I've worked with thousands of charities in the respect of donating items, experiences, money, we have it portioned out for literally thousands of different charities. Everything I do has to have a charitable purpose or cause. If you're gonna work with me, you have to have a charitable purpose or cause of your own. You have to be able to understand that things are coming through you for other people. If you want, just remember my name, David Meltzer. It's LinkedIn, David Meltzer. So you can find me really easily. Dave Meltzer is a World Wrestling Federation MMA guy. He's older than me, not quite as good looking, so don't get us confused. But I own DaveMeltzer.com, so I'll catch you anyway.
We leave off with words to live by, personal mantra, ethos, and then we'll just wrap it up. And
Yeah, my favorite is really simple. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. So, like, if you literally, I get choked up thinking about it. Like, it's such a simple thing to me. Like, when I meet people, when I look at places, kindness is it's easy. Like, my wife doesn't like walking with me because I stop and pick up trash now, and I open doors, and I literally do this stuff as much as I can. Do good deeds. It'll come. Don't trade for it, right? You don't need to manipulate the system. Just think to yourself, what am I going to do to improve myself every day? How am I kind to my future self? And usually, just doing good deeds, you'll stand out way more than being even the first person and the last person to leave. Just being the kindest person, it'll stand out. Truth vibrates the fastest. People are aware of that which vibrates equal to or less than them. If you're vibrating faster with that kindness, it's going to blow you away. So be kind to your future self.
awesome. Appreciate it. And that's all I got.
This was amazing. I mean, once again, thank you, David. We're actually, so we bought a lot of David's books to give out to all of you, but since it just came out, we weren't able to get all of them shipped here. So if you find Hawa right over here, raise your hand. So if you give her your information, we're actually going to ship you David's new book, and it's totally on us, so you don't have to worry about anything. And then we're also going to give out some t-shirts here, and so we'll do a little quiz on some of David's stuff. So first one to put their hand up is going to get a t-shirt. So first one, we're going to do, what is the name of David's podcast?
Playboy.
Yes, sir. We might, we have to shoot. That's only.
Well, there's another one, right? Is there another one?
Okay, and then who is David's business partner for Sports One Marketing? This guy knows that. All right, we got one here.
Warren Moon.
Yes, sir. All right, cool. David, you're gonna stick around for a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you guys want to come up, chat with him. If you want to come out to our other events, let us know, get involved, and have a good time.